I'm Rob Killjoy, quack, of the Ugly Ducklings. And if I love wrestling, and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling, quack. Hey guys, what do you want to talk about now?
Rob, let's talk about your history as a tag team and a singles wrestler. I mean, the Ugly Duckling. Honesty moment. I knew a little bit about you guys, but Danielle just happens to be on here, and she was putting the Ugly Ducklings over, and a couple other people that we had on here who's also put you over. So just to have you on here, I'm actually honored to have you on here because I've heard about you so much. So can you tell us about that history, sir?
Ask me a more specific question. What kind of history would you like to know?
Your tag team deaths, because well, they're not a tag team anymore. But a lot of tag teams said that you guys kind of nurtured them and showed them the way in like tag
talking
team.
About the Gym Nasty Boys. Is that what you're talking about? Is that where we're going? It's okay. We could say it. It's fine.
Yeah. You know, the Gym Nasty Boys, you know, they said that you guys helped them in the tag team business, you know. And I've seen you on a lot of cards, you know, just your tag team arsenal and everything, your characters. I mean, every time you say something about quacking, I just keep laughing here. So, I mean, how'd you come up with the name Ugly Ducklings from Ponds?
It's very weird. I got very lucky. So Lance and I, we've actually met each other in 2005. We were in some 4-way match when he was still Ultra Dragon under a mask, but we lost we had just been in that one match together. But I ran across him years later, and when he was Lance Lude, he's like, we know each other, right? I was like, I'm unaware of this. I did not know that, and so he explained that. I was, I remember that. And we were at PWX whenever I first started there back in 2015. We were the juniors division. There were us and a few others. They were starting up the juniors division. So we had a juniors showcase where it was Lance Lude and myself teaming up against the Revolt. And, just to showcase, hey, this is the juniors division. This was going to be. But me and Lance and I, we just had really good chemistry and we enjoyed teaming. So we were like, hey, maybe we should start doing this. Maybe we should start teaming up. Well, the next show, Colby was with us, like saying just some 6-man tag. We really enjoyed our chemistry with him. So we're all like, hey, it came to me. I don't know if it was in a dream or it just occurred to me where I just went to the commentators. I was like, hey, nobody's okayed this, but call us the Ugly Ducklings. I think it'll be funny, because it just occurred to me. And I was like, nobody's done that wrestling. And I just said it during the match, like say to the crowd. And then the next month we were in some 6-way ladder match, but we were all kind of working together and the crowd's quacking at us. And I'm like, this might be, we might be onto something. This could be fairly easy. And then it just evolved from there. We used to be from a pond near you. Then Lance one day just goes, I thought of it. Ponds unknown. And we're like, oh, that's amazing. And it's just been inspired, like just moments like that throughout the past 5 years or so. And we've just gotten further and further bookings, New York, Florida, New Jersey. We've been flown out to Minnesota, flown out to California, just all over the place. We were supposed to go out to Texas, but the world ended. So we just had a lot of we've just worked hard. We traveled. We just honed our craft. We got our stuff down. We worked to jail as a unit. And I would like to think that we gained a reputation as one of, if not the hardest working tag team on the independents, if not for anything besides miles.
Now,
we would work a show. We'd work a show in New York or something and drive all night to Florida and meet somebody who was on that same show with us, but they flew. They're like, oh, you just got here? You drove? And I take a certain amount of pride in that. I just had 3 shows this past Friday in the same day in 3 different states. I take pride in that. If there's a way to do it, there's a way to do it, and I want to do it. I want to wrestle. I want to make money wrestling, which is just an insane concept since I started wrestling. that now I actually make money, and it's wild to me.
Now, so you're in the North Carolina area, and we talked to a few people from the North Carolina area. Do you think you guys get your respect that you should over in that area? Because there's a lot of talent out there, but it's not.
Well, it depends. Like say Carolina, Tennessee, they're kind of the Wild West out here. Where there's a lot of good talent, but some of it just flies under the radar. I've just worked so much for the past 16 years. That's where I've gotten halfway decent. Just working people who are good, people who are not good, people who act like they've never watched wrestling, let alone done it before, and somehow figuring out how to get something out of that. That's, I guess, what the Carolinas could be good for. There's also a lot of very good talent here, but that's the thing. Once, if you notice, say, J.D. Drake, North Carolina, Anthony Henry, Georgia, the Ugly Ducklings, Carolinas, Colby Carino, Carolina, Virginia. I think he was originally born in Philadelphia, but I know he lives in North Carolina. But our whole group, the Workhorsemen, Ethan Case, Billy Brash, Josh Cutshaw, Coach Mikey, all of us, whenever we go elsewhere, we appear polished. We get over in other places because we put in the work. We've put in the reps. So while we've honed our craft here in front of nobody in North Carolina, say we get an opportunity up in New York or Florida, well, then we start going to New York and Florida pretty much every weekend, it seemed, because, okay, we actually know what we're doing. Okay, we have something special. Okay, the duck gimmick. Kids like us because we're funny. We quack. We're ducks. Easy to understand. Adults like us because we're entertaining and we shake our butts and stuff. Wrestling fans like us because we have good matches and do crazy things. So we have a little bit of something for everybody. So that's kind of it's just we've put in the work and we've got this to what it is. And I feel that now we need a chance. So any other chance we've been given, we've knocked it out of the park. Any other chance we've been given, we've exceeded expectations. And that's exactly what I plan to do come May 29th in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey for BattleClubPro. Ha! It's like a circle. I brought it back around.
Danielle, you got anything for I let them do the close up?
Yeah, Rob, one quick thing. I know that you guys, because I've seen you definitely a lot in the Northeast, and I've also saw you in the South. I did want you to touch a little bit on the show that you did. I think, was it a week ago? I think, was it last weekend or the weekend before last, the one you did for charity? That's one thing I will say, after doing quite a few of these spotlights with Terry, there are quite a few people all over the country who absolutely, like Terry said, put you over, and they hold the Ugly Ducklings in the highest regard, so that those who came out for that show, and lended their talents to the cause, like, I definitely saw the respect, right? I saw that, you put the signals out there and the feelers and were like, this is what we're doing. It's for a great cause. And, the troops rallied. And talk a little bit about the show that was done there and the cause that the, proceeds went towards, and like, how impactful it is, like, to be wrestling, right? To love what you do, but to also be able to rally and have the respect to get people together to do it for a greater cause at times.
Absolutely. And thank you very much for asking me about that. I'm glad you did. We put on a show on April 30th. It was titled Ducks Fly Together. Now, for those who don't know, my tag team partner, there are four of us. There's myself. There's my tag team partner who I'm most synonymous with, Lance Lude, Colby Carino, and our coach, Mikey. Now, as Joachim said, Coach Mikey's taking a step back. Lance, he was recently diagnosed with colon cancer, unfortunately. So we put on a show to help benefit him, and the outpour of love and just support was amazing. We had wrestlers volunteer their time because all the proceeds went to Lance. I mean, everything. We got the building helped us out. Shirts that were sold, all the merchandise that was sold, everything straight to Lance. We raised over $5,000 for him, and I think that the turnout was great. A lot of support. Everybody was there. They were respectful of the mask mandates and everything that we made sure all the wrestlers had COVID test and or proof of vaccination beforehand, and required everyone to wear masks. So we didn't have too many problems with that. So that was very, very good. And the crowd, the turnout was amazing. The matches we had were insane. And anyone who's listening to this, please go give it a watch on Independent Wrestling TV. It's entitled Ducks Fly Together, and there's still a link at the bottom where you can still donate to Lance Lude's GoFundMe. So it's we didn't just raise money that night. This is still an ongoing thing. So you could support, you could donate at any point. So please go give it a watch, because it's an amazing wrestling show above all else. But it's for a great cause. It's for a great human. Lance Lude, we haven't always seen eye to eye, but we've just spent so much time together. I've spent more time with him than I have my own family, and vice versa. So the struggle he's going through right now, he's not going through it alone. And I think that show definitely showed him that. But like I said, Ducks Fly Together, Independent Wrestling TV. Please go give it a watch. Get the word out there. Spread it. Share it. Donate, please. Get the word out there. Just that this show needs to be watched. Lance needs everyone's help. He needs as much help as he can get right now. So we think he's going to pull through. He's in high spirits. He's staying confident. And also, just listen to his commentary on the main event of the show, because it's hilarious. So that's worth everything. But there are some amazing matches. I mean, we had JD Drake, we had Hoodfoot, Nolan Edward, Timmy Lou Retton, White Mike was there, Darius Carter, Graham Bell, John Davis, the wrestling prodigies
who are well, right?
Who? Sorry?
Savannah Evans.
Oh, yes, Savannah Evans, Lucky Ali, just too many to name. Just everyone was there. And it was just such a it was overwhelming, the outpour that he got from them. So I think that it was just a huge success, and it's still ongoing. So please, Independent Wrestling TV, go watch Ducks Fly Together, donate, enjoy, tweet about it, hashtag Ducks Fly Together. Just get the word out there. Man. Quack.
I came across that because I think at the end of it, you four was sitting in chairs in the middle of the ring.
That is correct.
Yeah, okay. So I know exactly the show you're talking about. I seen posts on it. I'm gonna go check that out. We also gonna place the link so you can donate to Lance in the bottom of this on the YouTube, so you can click that link. Please. It's an ongoing effort. I got a little choked up. I got colon cancer wings on my arm, but so I hope he pulls through with that right there.
So, we're rooting for him. He's in high spirits, so I believe he could beat this. Lance has been through a lot in his life. He's been thrown around a lot just in our tag team experience, partly by me using him as an offensive weapon, but he's tough. He's a tough duck. Lance is a very strong person, so I think he's going to pull through this. But I'm very proud of the effort that everyone showed, that the love that the support that everyone showed, and I'm just very proud of the show that we put on, because regardless of what it was for, the show itself is just a fantastic show. I mean, some matches that no one would ever think to book, some matches that you didn't know that you needed to see until they were announced. Timmy Lou Retton versus Nolan Edward was a piece of wrestling gold. That was a fantastic match. It was tremendous. The four-way with JD Drake versus John Davis versus Hoodfoot versus Graham Bell. All these four big dudes, just some of the hardest hitters I've ever ran across. So just that match just made my chest hurt watching it. Us against the Ugly Ducklings taking on the wrestling prodigies, who are two 17-year-old kids who, mark my words, they're the future. They're amazing. Those kids are very, very good. And I've been familiar with their trainer for years and years. I wrestled him a bunch of times. He's a very solid dude. LeBron Cozone runs Firestar Pro Wrestling out of North Carolina. Very solid dude, very, very capable worker. And those kids are special. But so me and Colby had to put a beat down on them just so they don't get too far ahead of themselves. We had to humble them a little bit.
He's right. Good to humble them now, because once they mature and get of age, it's gonna be ugly out here for tag team wrestling.
I mean, they needed those scars to remember us little people once they blow up.
Man, please go watch that card, because a lot of names you just named, we got videos on our YouTube channel.
How could you have a bad show with them on it? How could you have a bad show?
You can't. You can't at all.
It's impossible.
Mr. Killjoy. I don't know if you're familiar with what we do. This is one of our last segments that we call the Put Yourself Over moment.
Man, I've been doing that this entire show. I wish I would have saved something for the end.
But we want you to tell the people like your social media where they can follow you, get in touch with you on social media. If you're selling any t-shirts, anywhere they can get your designs and your clothing just to support y'all. Anything else, we just want you to put yourself over.
Well, I'm always selling t-shirts. So there's a ducat to be made. I'm there to make it. So please go to stormcustomtees.com. That's where you can find all of our t-shirts. We have literally, I don't think I'm exaggerating, 100,000 t-shirt designs, 100,000 different ones, give or take a couple. So yeah, I don't think I'm exaggerating at all. But we have a lot of t-shirt designs. But you can please go follow us, the Ugly Ducklings, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at 3MotherDuckers, or the Ugly Ducklings on Facebook. You can find me. Just type in Rob Killjoy. You'll find me eventually. You go to the Ugly Ducklings. Follow me on Twitter at I'm Rob Killjoy. And again, the Instagram we have is at 3MotherDuckers. So you could go find Lance Lude's GoFundMe under his Facebook page, Brian Aldhizer. It's ALDHIZER. Or more importantly, just go watch on Independent Wrestling TV the show Ducks Fly Together, and all of that information is right there at the bottom of the screen. With the little square thing, you can just click your phone on and donate. So that would be the most important thing right now. So you can follow us on Twitter at 3MotherDuckers, Instagram at 3MotherDuckers, Facebook, The Ugly Ducklings. But more importantly, go watch Ducks Fly Together on IndependentWrestling.com. Or I'm sorry, IndependentWrestling.tv, I think. But donate, enjoy, just tweet about it, just get the word out there, because we're just trying to give Lance some help right now.
Y'all know IWTV. Is it .com or .tv? It's one of them, but y'all know what it is. Just put in IWTV, and it's going to
spell it halfway, and it'll pop up. It'll be fine.
Yep, there it is.
Well, I'm not here to hold your hand and teach you how to internet, guys. Just go find the show and watch it. All right.
And if you
donate to Lance,
we'll put a link at the bottom again for you just to help you out.
Please, yes, thank you.
Let's see what else. Danielle, any last words? The Pretty Heels, the sponsor on this. We doing all this in part with the Pretty
last words.
We THWF. I'm an admin in that group. So anything you want to say, Danielle, before we go?
No, I want to say thank you for taking the opportunity to chat with us tonight, Rob. I was actually looking for you on Instagram. I couldn't find you, and Joaquin was like, I got it.
We have an Instagram. I don't have an Instagram.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was looking for you. We've been following the Ugly Ducklings. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I do not have an Instagram, so you will not find me there.
Yeah.
I've got Twitter and a Facebook, and that's only for wrestling. Okay. I mean, well, I tweet and say more than about wrestling, but I wouldn't have it if it wasn't for wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I just wanted to say thank you for the work that you do. I want to say thank you on behalf of all the wrestlers that may not have been able to say it to your face, but believe it or not, like the Ugly Ducklings names, they ring bells in these streets, and people pay. They give you your credit. Hopefully, they'll give you your flowers. Way before you guys may label what maybe your last matches or your last days out, but you're highly respected. People definitely they want to pay their homage when they can, and they are grateful to have a tag team like you to look up to. So again, thank you for chatting with us tonight, and I'm absolutely excited and ecstatic and rooting for you on May 29th in Ridgefield, New Jersey.
I made a friend. But no, thank you guys for taking the time to chat with me and having me on and letting us promote our event. I'm super excited about it. I appreciate you guys taking the time. Like I say, again, it's just for wrestling is all I ever wanted to do. So for someone to actually want to talk to me about wrestling or actually hear me talk about wrestling where I'm not just annoying them because that's all I talk about or just anything like that, I appreciate you guys giving me the platform to, as you said, put myself over, anything like that. I feel like I had something else I was going to say, but I forgot already. So
I definitely thought he was going to say something else.
Me too. I was right.
All right, I'm going to do the closing right here. Don't leave. We're going to do this. So like to thank Danielle for joining us. Like to thank Rob Killjoy. Earlier you saw Earlier, you saw Joaquin Morales, the principal owner of Battle Club Pro. This is just part 1 to our Meta franchise reign series leading up to Battle Club Pro. Again, May 29th, 2 shows, 3 p.m., 7 p.m. We're trying to work on a way that you can watch it live, but if you can't watch it live, it will be uploaded on the Title Match Network. So, I'm Terry, your tradie, and like I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too sweet for coaches.